This is not genocide, we're gonna multiply.
Students from the Augusta Fells Savage Institute of Visual Arts
Nothing can stop us, nothing can stop us now, brother.
located in the community that erupted 1 year ago in response to the death of 25-year-old Freddie Gray. They're part of a nationwide political movement that arose in response to such tragedies known as Black Lives Matter. 14-year-old Lakaya Ames was part of a group setting up this exhibition at the Reginald F. Lewis Museum, designed to give voice to their experiences, and she sees African oral traditions as providing a model.
I'm glad that the African culture can actually come together and agree on one topic, or if they do have a disagreement, they can work it out and stuff like that. But I feel like if we can do that, if they can do it, we can do it. So violence can really die down, but it's not going to die down if nobody listens to them. So this exhibit was our cry out for help.
Her teacher, Koli Tengela, says the call and response model in traditional African oral traditions has a strong correlation with what he and others are trying to tap into.
The great Martin Luther King said, riot is the voice of the voiceless. So when people not seeing any other way to express their pain and frustration at the abuse that they feel as though they're going through, unfortunately at times it manifests in a violent way. But once you move through past the violence, understand there are real, genuine reasons, then it's time to begin a healing and a process of bringing everybody into the good and rich life that we all deserve as human beings.
Their school is located here in West Baltimore, which received nationwide and international media coverage when rioting broke out here last spring. This was the spot where the 25-year-old was originally arrested a year ago. And soon afterwards, local artists came here to paint this mural. It's since become a focal point for people to congregate and discuss the issues raised by his death. Local artists have felt compelled to respond in direct and also subtle ways to what happened to Freddie Gray. Many have also been influenced and inspired by African visual art styles, including Larry Poncho Brown.
Most of us now are acknowledging where we come from. Before, we didn't want to have ties to Africa. You know, now everybody embraces having a tie to Africa. And it shows up in the work whether you want it to show or not. My first trip to Africa, I was blown away at how many things must be etched in my DNA that's coming out of my work that I tried to claim as my style and my whatever. And I realized, no, it's much bigger than that.
Larry says the art establishment in the United States has not yet caught up to what he calls a major art revolution among talented but still under-recognized African-American artists. But he and others want the next generation to overcome the stigma of living in segregated and deprived areas like West Baltimore, creating new and positive forms of expression to help them to change their story for their future. Daniel Wrenches, CCTV, Baltimore.